about kids being entitled. I'm feasting for information from other parents. How you guys raise your kids. Is it okay for kids to feel entitled and just demand for things versus asked respectfully? Or even just ask.
Does it speak to some sort of rapport or ease or comfort that you are installing in the children, that they could just say what they need and you deliver on the need? Or does it make them brats? I think is kind of what we're comparing the two world perspectives.
We have an example of
Our oldest walks in and says, I'm going to this thing, I'll need a ride. My response is, well, let me know how that goes. Is that wrong? Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, because if you need a ride, you need a ride, but you're giving me information. You're just saying,
You made an announcement,
I have
so
this thing going on, so I need a ride.
make
Okay.
it. The way I explained it to him is I said, make it relevant to me, because as of right now, it's just an announcement.
Right. How about you check if I am available?
Right.
To give you that ride first.
Yeah, let me
Before you
check my
just put it
calendar.
on me.
Am I the a-hole, or am I just being a good parent?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what we're discussing here?
Yeah, because
Okay.
there's like that implied thing with parents and kids that I mean, they're your kids. You're gonna go do good by them. You're gonna give them everything they need. If they need a ride to go
Right.
someplace, especially if they have like an activity, like school-related stuff, you want them to participate.
Right.
You want to be able to give that to them. And even if you're not able to give the ride, you would probably try
I
to
can make
arrange
arrangements or...
with like some other person to pick them up or drop them off or whatever. But do they have to demand it, or can they just ask you and then you can make that arrangement respectfully, knowing that you could actually say no, and it's okay to say no too. You know?
My philosophy on this has always been, I'm kind of like a supervisor. I know it's more intimate than that, but a child shouldn't come to me and speak to me in any way that is less respectful than they would their boss to some extent. Because you want authority figures to be authority figures. But I also want there to be a level of warmth because I'm their parent. There's intimacy, there's love, there's care, it shouldn't be so, yes sir, right away sir, but it should also...
Some aspect of I'm requesting for this
Yeah,
respectfully.
You don't just
Yeah,
tell me
like-
what I'm doing, no.
Yeah.
I also, it comes up frequently when I'm asked a question. I tell them that's below my pay grade. Go to the fridge and look. Do we have this still? Why don't you look? I don't need to be bothered with every little thing. Again, it goes back to that supervisor role. You don't want to ask your supervisor for everything, because that'll just make you look inept.
Right. Well, so comment below. Let us know what you think is the right or wrong way of doing it. Do you just give it to them?
Am I the
Do you
a-hole?
just- do you just give it to them irrespective of how they ask, or just the information is enough because you're the parent and you should always give them whatever they need that you can provide? Like a ride, for example, you should just pay on Uber if you can, blah 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 blah. What do you guys do? How do you handle your kids' demands? And how do you teach them to be respectful when they ask for things? And also make them know that it's not by default that they will get it. Sometimes they don't.
Right.
Even though it might be important to them, if it's not asked respectfully, you can actually decline and say, no, you're not doing that today.
One of our kids wanted to go someplace, and he actually made the call that he can't because he's got too much going on. We had too much going on as a family, and I think he was right to make that call. I think we're in the right direction, but maybe there's a critique there for the approach.
Let us know.
Comment below.